Good day. Here are the headlines from the Philippine News Agency. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. is hopeful of the finalization of negotiations for the Philippines-European Union Free Trade Agreement by 2027 to boost two-way trade and investment. Speaking at the 2024 European-Philippines Business Dialogue and European Investors Night in Makati City, Marcos, through Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin, emphasized the significance of the agreement of enhancing trade partnership between the Philippines and the EU. The President said the FTA is expected to unlock new opportunities, increase market access for Philippine goods and services, while facilitating the flow of investments, technology, and expertise. Meanwhile, Trade Secretary Alfredo Pascual said negotiations for the trade pact could be fast-tracked given the speed of the previous trade deal of the country with European countries. He said the Philippines aims to finalize the trade talks by 2027, adding that it could be concluded within the year considering the precedent set by previous negotiations. Last month, Pascual and European Commission Executive Vice President Valdis Dombrovskis jointly announced the resumption of formal negotiations for the Philippines-EU FTA, which is expected to boost two-way trade by 6 billion euros or around 369.7 billion pesos. The Presidential Communications Office, the Philippine Information Agency, and the Office of the Presidential Advisor on the Peace Process have joined forces to effectively communicate the peace agenda of President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. In his opening remarks during the PCO OPAPRU PIA orientation and workshop for localized peace engagements and its transformation program, Presidential Assistant Wilben Mayor said the PCO, PIA, and OPAPRU have joined forces to strengthen, integrate, and amplify the Marcos administration's peace-building efforts. Meanwhile, PCO Assistant Secretary Michelle Andre Del Rosario said that the joint efforts of the three agencies is important for the Marcos administration to inform the Filipinos about the government's peace initiatives towards a bagong Pilipinas. He says the President's commitment to achieve a long-lasting peace is evident with his recent visits to Mindanao. In November last year, President Marcos tasked Special Assistant to the President, Secretary Antonio Lagdameo, and Presidential Advisor on Peace Process Carlito Galvez Jr. to represent the national government in signing the Oslo Joint Communique with the Communist Party of the Philippines, New People's Army, National Democratic Front. The Oslo Joint Communique signals the government's sincerity to talk peace and encourages members of the communist group to completely abandon armed struggle and engage in addressing the root causes of conflict. The Department of Budget and Management has approved the release of 8 billion pesos in funds to provide medical assistance for indigents and health emergency allowance of health and non-health workers. About 2.4 billion pesos will be allocated to the medical assistance to indigent and financially incapacitated patients, or MAIP, while the public health emergency benefits the allowances for healthcare and non-healthcare workers, or FIBA, will have an allocation of 5.56 billion pesos. Budget Secretary Amena Pangandaman cited President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.'s directive to prioritize healthcare, including patients and healthcare workers. She says they will continue to support programs that uphold the welfare of Filipinos. The MAIP is used for the hospitalization and medical support of indigent and financially incapacitated patients. Meanwhile, FIBA covers all healthcare workers' benefits, including health emergency allowance, one COVID-19 allowance, special risk allowance, COVID-19 sickness and death compensation, and other benefits. The Department of Migrant Workers continues to monitor the situation in Taiwan after two magnitude 5.9 earthquakes struck the island on Monday. The Philippines migrant workers' offices have been placed on high alert as they reach out to Filipino communities to ascertain the status of overseas Filipino workers. Initial reports say no Filipinos have been injured. The DMW is also working with the Overseas Workers Welfare Administration and the Manila Economic and Cultural Office. Taiwan's Central Weather Administration said the first quake struck at 5:45 p.m. with a depth of 15.6 kilometers. The second quake occurred 7 minutes later at 5:52 p.m. at 16.1 kilometers deep. Both tremors struck south of Hualien County. The island has been experiencing multiple tremors since the magnitude 7.2 earthquake on April 3. Clark, Pampanga sizzled on Monday with a high danger level heat index of 50 degrees Celsius. Weather Bureau Pag-asa said Clark registered a higher heat index compared to the range of 39 to 41 degrees Celsius in the past 4 days. Clark and 29 other areas experienced danger level heat indices on Monday, along with Dagupan City, Pangasinan with the second highest index at 47 degrees and Virac, Catanduanes with 46 degrees. Pag-asa says Clark may experience a lower heat index today at 45 degrees Celsius, still at danger level, together with Virac and Cuyo in Palawan. A total of 37 areas are forecast to experience danger level heat indices, including 34 with forecasts ranging from 42 to 44 degrees. In Metro Manila, the Ninoy Aquino International Airport is expecting a heat index of 43 degrees, while Sais Garden in Quezon City has a forecast of 42 degrees. Meanwhile, the whole country will continue to experience fair weather with isolated rain showers caused by the easterlies and localized thunderstorms. And that's the latest and the biggest stories on the PNA headlines. For more news updates, please visit our website pna.gov.ph or our Facebook and X account, Philippine News Agency. The PNA headlines is also streamed via the Servicio Facebook page. You may also watch the PNA headlines through the Philippine News Agency's YouTube account via the News and Information Bureau website, nib.gov.ph under PNA News, or on the Facebook page of the Presidential Communications Office or PCO. I am Marita Moahay and this is the PNA Headlines, bringing stories that unite the nation.